I think I have some Hogan news.
Oh, I heard some stuff too.
Yeah, and you got your Hogan news.
Yes.
Through, and listen, we'll just should we say where you got it just to validate where you got it?
Well,
but it's also going to dry. Like once we say where you got it, it's going to dry it up.
Yeah, I'm not going to name the guys.
No. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But we know there's one person in Hogan's circle.
Oh yeah.
So you got your information through somebody that's very close into Hogan's circle, and
Yes.
I don't know if we disclose that person or not. But I think if we do, it'll just validate, how ironclad your information is.
Yeah.
But it's going to make that guy be more careful on blabbing his mouth.
Yeah, but there's still probably some other people out there blabbing.
So go ahead and tell me what you heard, and I'll tell you what I heard. I'll tell you where I got my information from.
Okay.
I got my information from a guy that works security at the hospital.
Oh, nice.
Good one.
I got mine through not just a friend of his, through him who is knowledgeable about what just happened with Hogan at that hospital. So I'll tell mine after you tell yours.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart
Out to the South.
was at a wrestling
Show. He was out of wrestling. They were doing wrestling stuff over the weekend.
right, and was he there doing signing pictures? So you heard through your source that Jimmy Hart said what?
Hogan's not doing well. He can't speak. His trach or whatever was damaged, and he's having problems, and it does not look good.
That's what you so.
He does,
Good
no,
or
no,
Rick
no.
doesn't look
well,
good.
Jimmy Hart looks great, but no, Hogan doesn't look good.
I think the Bubba the Love Sponge show is disseminating that information, but it didn't come from me. It's what I got from my security guard. That he was transported to his house, but he still they went and got a hospital. He's in a hospital bed. And, it's just like he's at the hospital. They've gone as far as they can go at the hospital. Now they're keeping him comfortable at his house in a hospital bed.
Is that hospice?
I don't. That's not the words that were used.
Not home hospice. No, I don't think it's that.
No. And I think there probably comes a point if you got, if you're hooked up to two machines and, you're just laying there at Morton Plant, your family could probably argue, and you could have your own doctor show up at your house because you.
I talked about Bubba the Love Sponge has been giving me details on a weekly basis for the last month. Now, Bubba took a lot of abuse and a lot of hate, because there were a lot of people and people close to Hulk Hogan saying, Bubba doesn't know what he's talking about. Bubba's full of shit. Bubba's looking for clicks, whatever the situation is. But I knew Bubba and Hulk were besties for something like 15 years. 15 years. These guys were like brothers. So I knew Bubba knew those in the inner circle. I knew he knew those close around Hogan. And these were the ones that were feeding Bubba the information. And when Bubba was giving me the information, he was being so specific. He was giving me details of what was going on with Hulk Hogan. And I told Bubba I believed him, and I even...
This was ginned up by Bubba the Love Sponge, who on June 1st questioned, or said that family members had been contacted to come in and say their goodbyes.
Where my fire starters at? GFTV back with another Fire Flame meltdown. Like, share, subscribe. Always remember, fear the fire and fear the flame. If you ain't a fire starter, hawker, walker, or stalker yet, what you waiting on, family? Come on over here and subscribe, because we stomp, step, and stay on real morals and traditional principles, and ain't nothing morally sound or traditional about how Jimmy Hart been backdooring and sneaking Hulk Hogan for the past 2 fucking months. And ain't no telling how long he been sneaking and backdooring Hulk Hogan. Hit the like button, drop your fire and TVs in the chat. Let's get into this. Cause I'm so sick and tired of what the hell has been going on all around the internet. Especially with this Hulk Hogan situation. RIP to one of the greatest to ever do it. We ain't letting it go down like that. Especially not at a time like this. Especially not from Bubba the Love Sponge. And especially, okay, not from somebody that we thought Hulk Hogan trusted. Genuinely. Alright? Because Hulk Hogan got to be turning the fuck over and he ain't even get in the grave yet, y'all. That's the crazy part. He got to be turning over and he ain't even get in the grave yet. And what I mean by that is, alright, everybody was trying to figure out why Bubba the Love Sponge and how Bubba the Love Sponge was getting all of this information about Hulk Hogan's declining health. All right, yo, this has been going on for about like a good month, a good 5 weeks. Not to mention, this is the only particular person, a particular podcaster that was releasing this information about Hulk Hogan's rapidly declining health due to the alleged surgery back in May. But due to the fallout Hulk Hogan and Bubba Sponge had after their 15-year friendship as buddy old pals, everybody thought Bubba the Love Sponge was trolling. Everybody thought Bubba the Love Sponge, alright, just was popping regular shit because he's a Hulk Hogan hater in real life. Not only is he a Hulk Hogan hater, he's jealous of Hulk. Not only is he jealous of Hulk, if you go down Bubba the Love Sponge fat nasty ass page, he keeps Hulk Hogan's shh in his mouth. He keep Hulk Hogan shh in his mouth. He stay dick riding Hulk Hogan. Pause. All you see is him popping shit about Hulk, 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 popping shit about Hulk. Even before Hulk Hogan's declining health. This has been going on for years and years due to the fact that Hulk Hogan don't fuck with him no more. Not only that, y'all, Jimmy Hart, like I said, he need to be ashamed of his goddamn self. As long as him and Hulk Hogan been in the wrestling business together, as long as they've been close, tight buddies and pals, we know all those resources came from you. Everything that Bubba the Love Sponge was saying was coming from you, Jimmy Hart. But the crazy thing that I have a problem with is the simple fact when everybody else in the wrestling world, other people that care about Hulk Hogan, that was concerned about Hulk Hogan, that was worried about Hulk Hogan's health, due to the fact that Bubba the Love Sponge was popping shit about how Hulk Hogan had a trach in his mouth and how he was going to be sounding like Kane when he talked, and he gonna have to put something up to his throat and all this weird old shit. Alright? When people were asking you, you were telling them Hulk Hogan was fine. You were denying all the allegations. You were denying all the allegations. And just like we heard Eric Bischoff say, y'all, he's been getting updates, okay, from Bubba the Love Sponge personally for a month. Personally. Very detailed updates. And I'm hearing y'all, okay, that Bubba the Love Sponge got videos, photos, images, pictures of Hulk Hogan on his deathbed in one of the worst states of his life. And I'm hearing allegedly that a lot of this inside information, a lot of this inside data and intel is coming from the one and only Jimmy Hart, as we seen Jimmy Hart on SmackDown with them fake ass tears, looking all goofy and shit, looking suspect. Hit the like button, y'all. Can we all agree? Because like I said, the last person that Jimmy Hart should have been given this type of information to is Bubba the Love Sponge. Like, come on. Like, really? Like, really? What we doing here? And I can bet you, yo, I can bet you any amount of money, y'all. Okay? That Hulk Hogan got Jimmy Hart a part of his will, a part of his estate, because Jimmy Hart was a part of a lot of Hulk Hogan business ventures. Do the research. Everybody in the wrestling business know how close Hulk and Jimmy was and how Hulk trusted Jimmy with a lot of his business practices. And like I said, Hulk ain't even get in the goddamn grave yet, y'all. He got to be spinning and turning around right in the morgue before he get there, because the last person he expect will be Jimmy Hart to snake him out to one of his worst enemies. We all know the detailed beef about and why Hulk Hogan don't really fuck with Bubba. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. Like, share, subscribe. Always remember, fear the fire and fear the flame. God fear. R.I.P. Hulk Hogan.